So, Adam, I went down to the bank yesterday and I was talking to the branch manager. She's from Oregon, and she was absolutely enthralled by this demonstration, this little diagram I did. And I wanted to give this to you and let you look at it. And she had some real insights into it. She realized if this isn't done, we're not going anywhere in this country. But so I had an interesting discussion with a man at dinner one night, and he said he wanted this country to go back to what it once was, and he had just paid $500 or $600 to go to a seminar on the new agrarian movement. Basically, people in this country go back to farming. The country will become what the country once was. And I said, Tom, I think you're moving down the wrong path on this. I said, what was it that made this country what it once was? And he thought for a while and he says, I guess manners. And I took a napkin and I wrote this down. I wrote down, common moral code. I said, people in this country basically agreed on right and wrong, good and evil, from God's perspective. And so I said, so he looked at it and he said, yeah, I think that would work. I said, all right, if that's the answer, how do you produce it? And he said, I don't know. I said, it's easy. Fathers teach their family God's laws in accordance with Deuteronomy chapter 11, verses 18, 19, and 20. Mom and daddy follow the commandments, teach them to their children daily, put a copy up in their home, write them on your doorpost. And so he looks at it and he said, yeah, I think that would work. I said, well, it will. The children learn the moral code here in the home. They go to school, they get jobs, and they contribute to this common moral consensus in the community. And he said, yeah, I think that would work. And I said, well, let me show you what else happens. I said, when that happens, then this also happens. I said, now then, some of these children run for governmental positions, and you wind up with governmental laws that are patterned after God's laws. And then you wind up with the peace and the prosperity that God promised in Deuteronomy 11:21, where he said if mom and daddy would follow the commandments, would teach them to the children daily, would put a copy up in the home, he said, I'll make your days and the days of your children, quote, as the days of heaven upon the earth. And when I presented this to Dan Cathy, who was then the president of Chick-fil-A. And Dan had said, Charlie, I'm not interested in spending money, giving money to keep the Ten Commandments up in any of these courthouses. He said, I just think God wants me to spend my money some other way. And I said, well, Dan, let me show you this. And so I showed him this. And when I said, the Ten Commandments courthouse battle is up here in this arena right here. And I said, but that isn't our focus. I said, our focus is right here. That's the focus. And this lady yesterday, so I said, that's our focus. When I said that, Dan Cathy said, oh, I understand. This is the PR spark. This controversy here. This controversy is the PR spark that drives this down here. I said, right. I'd never thought of it that way, but it was obvious that he had gotten onto the truth. And the lady yesterday, she said, people are always trying to go to this right here to be the shortcut to restoring the nation. When she said, this is the only thing that'll do it. That is true. That's the only thing that'll change this country. So anyway, I would just use this as I would like to do a little, where the fingers, you draw it out on the animated sketches, doing this and talking about it. But I want to just give you this, and this is I guess a video to show you what I want to show on the website. All right? So I'll talk to you later.